just noticed when cutting the video that our new camera, the default mic is really shite. So apologies for the audio during the video. At the end, I jump back in the booth, do a test with 4 mics, and play 4 or 5 tracks where the vocals have been recorded in this booth using this mic I'm using right now. Alright, enjoy.
NORBZ here, NC Media. I'm finally doing video number 5 for this putting together a booth and a studio. We're out of here soon, so I'm gonna have to do this now or never. I'm gonna talk about a few of the technical side of things and address some of the comments I'm seeing on the other 4 videos, which a lot of them are wicked points. First and foremost, I'm a DIY guy and I have been for 15 years. I used to DJ for almost 10 and I've been producing for over 10. So everything here is homegrown. Most important things in my studio, for me, there's a booth behind you which we record in, and the sound in here is also treated too. And we have a whole bunch of different mic and earphone setups and 2 workstations, plus another one in the booth, a laptop that's very quiet if you want to turn everything off, or if you want to run this computer and that computer at the same time. So you, the artist, are in the booth, I'm here, we both see the same thing, and it allows us to interact and work very easily. So we'll walk through everything really quickly. First thing I'll point out is my trusty mic. Recently got the SM7 by Shure. It's a broadcast mic, but it is phenomenal for hip hop, R&B, reggae, house. A lot of the artists swear by it. Just have an Oralex board. These foam pieces, they come off. These are just extra foam pieces that are from my wall. If I want to sit here and do voiceovers, this is a wicked setup, and this little extra protection, believe it or not, that little extra bit protects a lot of my sound that's generated in the room. It's treated anyway, and the computer's really, really quiet because it's made for producing. But really good investment. This is, I don't know, I think this was like 40 bucks. The mic itself is like 600-700. And then from the mic, you need a preamp. If you're doing any kind of pro audio work through mics, you can't just feed it directly to your sound card. Even if your sound card has a preamp or has phantom power or any of that. If you can zoom in on this over here, it's a very simple one. It's called the Universal Solo 610. And preamps come in a whole bunch of different varieties, sizes. You can get ones with a bunch of different channels, but for this home studio application, this is one of the best preamps you can buy for your buck. The next room also has one too. We'll look at that one in a little bit. So a combination of the mic, nicely protected audio-wise, going to a preamp. The preamp then going into a little Steinberg sound card. You don't need much these days. I could have a whole bunch of different outs, so I can feed a whole bunch of different things in and feed a whole bunch of different things out, but I don't need to. I go one step further and I have a Mackie board, which is also a small board compared to what I used to have. This is probably a quarter of the size of my old board, but it accommodates everything. All my mics from the booth are being fed into the mixer. This is being fed into the mixer. The mixer is being fed into this. There's a couple more audio tools here and behind me that are also being fed into the mixer. The motif is being fed into the mixer, then going into the sound card, then hitting my my VST host or my DAW. Another thing you can do is run a preamp, mic to a preamp to your computer. So you can get really creative with the setups, but I've achieved phenomenal sound quality in this room. And a lot of the comments out there are stressing, hey, that room's too small, or you didn't treat it right, or you need bass traps, or you didn't do this, or you did that. And I appreciate all the comments, and a lot of you guys might know better than I do. However, what I'll say is, after setting up 6 of these to date, 7 maybe, for myself, when I've moved around, I experiment with everything, and that's what I urge you guys to do. Don't follow any one person's instructions, including my own. You gotta play with stuff, because sometimes there's not enough foam, sometimes there's too much. This extra treatment up here, plus the carpeting, plus all the extra sheets, plus all the actual gear, it's very damp in here as it is. And the booth, we'll go in there in a moment, is a very, very small space, and it got a lot of comments too. And again, I'll simply say experiment, because there is no set way. Every producer will work with his or her own different settings. The mic varies the sound, the room size varies the sound, how the room was built varies the sound. How you treated the room varies the sound if you have bass traps or reflectors or anything else in there. The preamps, the DAW, your recording quality, the airspace itself of the room. I can record with the door open because the room is treated and the booth is treated. So there's a whole bunch of different variations you can do, and there's no one set way. This isn't right or wrong. This simply works for me, okay? And that's what I want you guys to do if you're setting up this as well. A lot of comments are asking on where I got the foam. The place is called Foam Factory, and that's all I did is just scout it around. I'm in Canada, and it was hard to find for me because I'm in Canada. So this place is based in the US, but they do have a Canadian office, and they ship to both Canada and the US. And there's a whole bunch of different sizes, thicknesses, colors, and they really impressed me with the consultation they gave me. I gave them the room size, I gave them the wall dimensions and what the actual material is used to build the room, concrete. The booth size itself, the other room size, and they kind of told me, you probably will want this. This will work best. And so this is what I ended up with. So we'll end this scene off, and I'm going to jump in the booth right now, show you guys that next. When it's not used as a booth, this is his home. This is Cypher, our little Bengal. Alright, so as you guys can see, the booth is still pretty much the same as it is. All we've done is added a shelf. There actually used to be two, but our little guy here damaged it and the bottom one fell off. So what's happening here? We close that, we close the door. We don't have the light right here in our face, but we do just for now so that we have lighting for the video. And the mics here can be fed to the board, or we can get that Steinberg sound card or another one and hook it up to this, and we're feeding directly into this. Or again, you're in here with the earphones, I'm out there in the main control center, and you see what I see, and you hear me, and we interact, and you got good visual of what's going on. And you can say layer number 2, fix that part, or punch me in that layer 4, 16 bars, and stuff like that. This makes it very convenient when you're doing recording and when there's multiple people working together. Or even for me, when I don't have anybody else to record me, or if you're at home and you want to record yourself, this is a really dope setup. Forget all that other stuff for a second. Just lay your actual performance in here. Turn everything else off, the lights, everything, so that they have absolutely no sound. Come in here, tighten everything up, get the best mic you got. I have like 4 of them so far that I've tested, and I found what works for me. And then record directly from the mic to the laptop. This thing is like silent. So we record right into this. We then take the WAV files, bounce them out into the main control center, and you have like as clean quality vocals as you can get. All right, as far as treating it goes, look up at the ceiling. A lot of the foam started to fall off, and then I actually took the rest off because I started noticing the sound was nice and it was natural without the foam. If you look behind me, all the foam is stacked. And over the periods of recording in here, I've experimented with having it stacked behind me, under me, just behind the mic. I have pieces of wood here that again we use as reflective surfaces when we want to get in here and have a nice little bounce to the sound. Another couple things you can do is get water or more blankets. And in my case, again, I can record with this open, or just have the drape but leave the door open, and that creates a whole different sound. So no, it doesn't get too muffled in here, and again, you guys got to experiment what works best for you. It's tight. It's really tight. Not every vocalist sounds good in here. Not every mic sounds good in here. Okay, not every setup with the foam is going to sound good in here. You have to experiment until you find your sweet spots. That's going to be about it. Okay, I'm going to give him his home back, and I got to get out of here because he wants me out. All yours. Bye-bye.
So this is me in the booth recording to the main PC out there. I'm not recording to the laptop. It's a bit of a bitch to set up the sound card through the laptop and then re-optimize it again for the just blah 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 technical stuff. So I'm just gonna do it like this. I think this is pretty good for you guys to get a pretty good idea of how the room's treated. This is going through the preamp, and the preamp settings can change quite a bit too. So hey, I can get really low and it picks up the lows really nice, or I can get back from the mic a little bit. Hey, what? Yeah, I've always been charismatic and tall. I wish my girl was in here so she can give you guys some nice highs. Mics change in this booth quite a bit. Personally, let me get nice and close. Personally, I like my dynamic. Everyone swears by the Shure, because even if there is a little bit of room noise, booth noise, background noise, too much foam, whatever you have working against you, this thing drowns out a lot of bullshit noise that's around the mic area. And whatever you point it at, it's going to record directly what you're pointing at and try to kind of muffle out gradually everything else around it. So this is the first mic test. From here I'm going to move into a cardioid, which kind of picks up everything from every direction. And then we'll move into a tube amp mic, which is a multi-directional, which also goes to its own preamp. But I find both of those too sensitive, and you really do need the right room, right treatment, right booth, right everything, just perfect. Whereas this, it's kind of like a, I'm not going to say one size fits all, because you do need the preamp, you do need some training, I guess, with the mic itself. There are a couple settings in it, and then there's the vocalist learning how to do mic control. So let's move on to mic number 2. Next mic test, Audio-Technica 4040. I'm actually about 12 inches away from this mic, whereas with the other ones, I was right up and close to it. So this one, again, really sensitive. I'm hearing feedback in the room. Excuse me. I'd probably have to, again, tweak the sensitivity levels for the preamp, tweak the EQ in the main board a bit to get this to where I need it to be. So if I get too close to it, I gotta be really quiet. If I go explosive right now, I'll redline the speakers, and that's a no-no. Back up again. Okay, so now I'm like 2 feet away from it. 1, 2! I've always been charismatic and tall! I gotta be like really loud away from it. Any loud vocalist, in fact, most vocalists are loud. So it picks up nice mid-range, but again, you need a really, really hardcore treated room for this to get maximum use out of it. Again, the Shure SM7 just takes the cake in every scenario so far in the studio. So that's why I'm swearing by it lately too. Check 1, 2. Good little mid-range. But if I try to go low, I gotta really tweak the settings, and I'm not hearing too much white noise actually. My cat's still trying to get in here. Very, very interested in this booth. I'm in his space. Alright, other than that, I'll play one quick track after this. And again, thank you very much for participating in this and being patient for this last video. Hope you guys get inspired by this. Build your booths, build your recording rooms, tweak up your gear, go pro. This is NORBZ from NC Media, saying peace out.
I get these crazy visions when I try, like the only thing separating me and this guy from death is this little white lie. Luckily I'm just trying to rhyme the word orange. A poor bitch on a horror binge, I'm exploring the perfect porridge. And I got purple hairs on my drobit, so if 13 hits apply, this makes you clinically insane, then I'm the original. I got 4 fridges for storage, I'm a full house here at Doorhinge. You don't produce any more hits, you're boring. And I'm generous, but no fucking way are you labels putting me through the revolving door. This industry's whoring. You general while you lack the facts, like a 5-0 exploring. Gigantic scores and wars, I restore the order, the new world controlling out of chaos. Rolling jet fast, my brain runs on kryptonite and weed in the morning. Just mourning my losses, I'm warning just about all the bosses in the game. And one more thing, stop snoring, sleep on me, and I'll fly by you in my Concorde and saying yeah. remember grade 8 like it was yesterday. Hey, my first date making out at the movies. But wait, I'm all nervous, hands sweaty. My first time feeling Teddy's first cigarette. The first time I got to hit it. Life was beautiful, so innocent, so ignorant to the fact that what awaits us, the real world rapes us. If I could take back all the times I ever said I can't wait to grow up, I would just did. This monetary system of life, it breeds hate. My mom and dad worked their whole lives for the state. There's only one true success in this world, hey, and that's to spend your life eternally free in your own way. Try to make a living doing something that you love, fam, before the system gets a hold of you forever, man. You get tax tapped once you make it. It's suicide. You and I belong to a do or die society. No variety, we're all sheep, we're all asleep. You're run by a few elite, you're not free. So make the most of every day, don't sweat the small shit. You need a boost today, just press rewind again.
What happened in the days when we used to say,
When I grow up, I'ma have it all.
what happened in the days when we used to play?
Basketball, basketball, basketball.
What happened to the days when I used to do?
Whatever it takes for my dream to come true.
What happened to the days when I had a plan?
Now, I don't know if I can. And yeah, you can't deny, this beat makes you smile again. Just put it on and turn it up when you're riding in. Crack your neck to the beat, half a step. Follow me and I'll meet you at the school dance around 3. You can teach me how to do the butterfly, then the Dougie. The two-step of wine really dirty. I don't wanna grow up cause it happens fast as fuck. Mortgages, bills, life starts to suck. Wish I could relive being a naive kid, thinking I had life figured out. Man, I think I did. Took it off for granted that I grew up fast. If I could do it again, I'd make my youth last. So this message to all the up-and-comers then, don't worry about the responsibilities of a real man. Chase your girls, hit the club, smoke your split, and enjoy your youth bros, cause it's gone just like this. Before you know it, you're all grown up, thinking about the days that you just didn't give a fuck. Your signatures are more shit responsible for your kid. You fuck up once, your assets get forfeit.
What happened in the days when we used to say,
When I grow up, I'ma have it all.
what happened in the days when we used to play?
Basketball, basketball, basketball.
What happened to the days when I used to do?
Whatever it takes for my dream to come true.
What happened to the days when I had a plan?
Now, I don't know if I can, man. So I'm just taking it back, I'm making a track, I'm on the attack. I really wanna focus on my dream again, this music thing. Gave up the best years of my life to a society that's striving. I finally can see straight and think right. Don't ever give up on your dreams, man, even if it means that people think you conceited and don't deserve it. Cause haters gonna hate and do what's gonna do. I'd rather have haters than be on the sidelines like you. I'm finally doing it for the music heads. Bringing some soul back to the game, much needed, yeah. So I got some shit to spit, I'm hoping that you're digging it. We're all looking for the path, but very few are living it.
Used to be a DJ, now I produce. Used to go to raves and I